Welcome back to Ethics in Action, where we break down the Code of Ethics. I'm Lisa Alexander.
And I'm John Smith. And today we're diving into Article 9, one that sounds simple but has a huge impact on protecting all parties in a real estate transaction.
Here's what Article 9 actually says. Realtors, for the protection of all parties, shall assure whenever possible that all agreements related to real estate transactions, including but not limited to listing and representation agreements, purchase contracts, and leases, are in writing in clear and understandable language, expressing the specific terms, conditions, obligations, and commitments of the parties. A copy of each agreement shall be furnished to each party to such agreements upon their signing or initialing.
In other words, Lisa, realtors must make sure, whenever possible, that all agreements are in writing using clear and understandable language, and that every party gets a copy once it's signed or initialed. No handshake deals, no, hey, I'll email you later. Everything should be spelled out. Real estate is too high stakes to rely on memory or other assumptions.
Exactly, and it's not just about putting pen to paper. The wording has to reflect the specific terms, conditions, obligations, and commitments of everyone involved.
Lisa, let's bring in Standard of Practice 9.1 here. It reminds us that realtors need to keep documents current, and that means using written extensions or addendums if anything changes.
Yeah, like when a closing date gets pushed or a new contingency is added, that shouldn't be just a text message or a verbal agreement. It should be updated in writing.
And Lisa, if you must rely on paper when you are practicing real estate in a mobile situation, you can easily make and send copies using your smartphone camera, and then email or text that image to the consumer to help comply with Article 9. But here's where it may get a little more relevant. Even so, Lisa, Standard of Practice 9.2. With so much of our business happening digitally, realtors must make reasonable steps to explain what clients are agreeing to before they sign anything electronically.
That means not just signing over a DocuSign link with no context. You need to walk your client through it, whether it's a listing agreement, a lease, or a purchase contract, so they understand exactly what they're signing. You know, John, SCR provides a member benefit of the Zip Forms Lone Wolf product with unlimited e-signatures and mobile record storage and finger signing, so you can comply with Article 9 using your smartphone or tablet anywhere you have access to the internet.
Lisa, I guess you could think of it as digital transparency. Just because it's fast doesn't mean you skip the details. So always follow Article 13 and involve a lawyer to draft or review legal agreement language when the standard forms need to be tailored to a specific transaction or a non-standard transaction.
Well said, John. Article 9 is all about accountability, clarity, and protecting everyone involved, whether it's a $1,000 rental or a $1 million home.
And when realtors follow it, Lisa, they build trust, they avoid misunderstandings, and they keep the transaction professional from start to finish. And don't forget that in today's market, you have to have a written agreement to show properties. Always properly use the government's South Carolina Real Estate Brokerage Relationship Form at first substantive contact with the consumer.
That was a short article, John, but an important one. Hopefully you found these examples helpful and useful. And remember, when in doubt, write it out. As a reminder, with every training video, when you have a legal question or an ethics concern, or you need help with a standard forms issue, please contact your member benefit, the SCR legal hotline, and your broker in charge ASAP to help manage your risk. The SCR legal hotline number is area code 803-772-5206. We'll see you next time at Ethics in Action.
Thanks for joining us.